Alright, I decided to redo this video. I'm making another delivery right now, but I decided to redo this video because I realized that that if I ever applied for, or if Harvard ever did research on me and found that video, it could very well get me into some trouble. So I decided to change it up a bit and redo it because I don't want that to happen. But I wanted to make this video where I don't want to go on a rant, but I kind of want to talk about another subject, where I talk about the political climate in today's age and how it might affect incoming Ivy League students. And so, maybe this is just bad luck because I live in a super conservative state. If y'all don't remember, I live in Houston, Texas, and I'm a student who's trying to get my master's degree online due to the fact that I had to start during COVID. And one of the problems I've had is because there's a lot of push of there's a lot of liberal push in a lot of Ivy League schools today. I tend to get harassed every time because I like to wear my Harvard apparel loud and proud because I'm very proud of being an Ivy League student. You know, sometimes a lot more than for my own good. It's not healthy, but I'm learning. But anyways, so I'll wear my Harvard shirts loud and proud, and oftentimes I'll get harassed by, I guess, the hardcore conservatives. And I'm by no means am I trying to make liberals look like the good guys and conservatives look like the bad guys, because I'm not really into that. I'm not really into the whole liberal versus conservative thing. I just want to make the most of my life like everyone else. And the other thing is that not all conservatives do this too. I've actually met a handful of really nice, people who are conservatives who are very happy that I go to Harvard. There's a lot of conservatives that want to go to Ivy League schools. It's not just liberals, despite a lot of the push you see in Ivy League schools these days. But going back to what I was talking about, living in a super conservative state, I often get harassed by radical conservatives about, oh, you go to Harvard, oh, you go to an Ivy League school, oh man, isn't that one of those schools where they tend to push a lot of liberal agendas and yada yada yada. And and my thing is that personally, I think that politics in schools, I think politics should be kept out of school and everything if I had to do things my way. But that's just not the way the world is. Politics these days are injected into everything, and school is no exception. It's injected into books, media, entertainment, pretty much everything. And college is definitely a realm in general where a lot of political push is, and it's always been that way. And the sad thing is that I will get harassed constantly by really hardcore conservatives the minute they see my Harvard shirt. And little do they realize that, I'm not someone who has any plans at all to push that on anyone. I don't care. I just wish that, school, like anything, should be a place where people just go to learn and, get an education, sharpen their minds, and move forward in life. If it were my choice, I would keep politics out of everything, especially school, because you spend a lot of time in school. If you want to get a degree, a bachelor's degree, that's 4 years. If you want to get a master's, that's 6. And then if you want to get a PhD, that's another 6. So I just think it's one of those things that I feel like it would be a huge injustice if I didn't, tell a lot of incoming Ivy League students is, there's a massive political. Today's climate is hugely political, and I just think I should tell students, don't worry about that type of thing. Don't invest your time and money into the political state. I don't. Hopefully, this doesn't happen with you, but I don't want people to be harassed based off of what school they go to or stuff like that. But unfortunately, I live in a super super conservative state. The Ivy League is known for known for a lot of liberal things, like a lot of protests and stuff, and so that's why you have all of these weird instances and stuff like that. And so I'll oftentimes get harassed by hardcore conservatives about the political climate and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to give incoming students a heads up. Don't let it get to you. Don't get involved. Don't spend your years at an Ivy League school sticking your head into politics. Focus on yourself. Focus on sharpening your own mind and your own perspectives, and make the most out of the 4 years or 6 years or however long you're going to be there. It's just a waste of time. A lot of it. It's just. The pendulum's going to swing back and forth, and politics in the last 5 years, in my opinion, has just been mostly like bickering and fighting. And I'm not going to lie, there are people, genuinely good people, that want to make positive changes, and I applaud them and all of that stuff. But then you also have a huge percentage of people that just make a bunch of noise. And so that's just my advice for incoming, Harvard students or Ivy League students is, don't let people's harassment or negative views of the Ivy League convince you to leave or convince you not to go. Just don't let people get in your way. Have your goals, keep your goals in mind, and just spend all of your time and effort on that, and you will be successful.